Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy, inviting you into my kitchen while I make a Mediterranean pasta salad. I love a traditional pasta salad with broccoli, tomatoes, onions, peppers, cheese. You might even add pepperoni. But today I wanted to amp up the flavor by adding lots of Mediterranean ingredients. The first thing I'm doing is heating up my water and filling the pasta pot. While I wait for the pasta water, I'm rehydrating my sun-dried tomatoes. I have a previous video where my husband Andrew joined me to show us how to make sun-dried tomatoes in the dehydrator, and if you missed it, I will link it here as well as in the description box below. We store these tomatoes in the freezer, and then whenever I need sun-dried tomatoes, I simply pull out a handful, cover them with hot water, and set them aside to rehydrate. I'm trying something new with the salad, and that's chickpea pasta. I normally use whole wheat pasta, but decided to make the swap for this one in order to increase the protein in the salad. Spoiler alert, it turned out well, but I still prefer whole wheat pasta. It would definitely be an acceptable alternative if you have gluten-free or high protein needs. While the pasta is cooking, I'm prepping the rest of the ingredients. First, I'm chopping up half of a red onion. I like red onion here, but you really could use any kind of onion, Vidalia onion. You could also use scallions, shallots, maybe even chives. They would all taste good. Then I lightly peel, de-seed, and chop my cucumber. If you use an English cucumber, you can skip the whole de-seeding step, but I picked this one up at our local farmer's market, so it's what I'm using. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to click the like button. Doing so lets YouTube know that people are interested in content like mine. Next, a couple of very Mediterranean ingredients: roasted red peppers and artichoke hearts. Use as much or as little of these as you want. I'm not a huge fan of artichoke hearts. I mean, I like them, but I don't love them. So I'm only using about half a can. If you're a big fan of them, go ahead and use the entire can. And while these were already quartered, I still chopped some of the larger ones in half again so that they're nice and bite-sized. The pasta is done cooking, so I'm rinsing it with cold water to cool it down. You don't want to leave your pasta sitting here hot, because then it will continue to cook and you'll end up with overdone pasta, and nobody wants that. Moving on to my jar of roasted red peppers. Now, my husband also did a video with me showing us how he makes roasted red peppers, and if you haven't seen that, again, I will link it here and down in show notes. Homemade roasted red peppers are really much tastier, but unfortunately, I didn't have any, and I didn't want to add that project onto my to-do list for today, so jarred peppers it is. Again, use as much or as little as you want. I'm using what I think is the equivalent of about 2 bell peppers. Chop them up, add them to the bowl. And then a couple handfuls of baby spinach help lighten up the salad and add some vibrant color and veggie goodness. And then it just wouldn't feel Mediterranean without some briny Kalamata olives. These are already pitted and halved, so I can just pop them right in the bowl, easy peasy. I add in my cooled pasta and toss the ingredients. And this is when I realized it would have been nicer if my bowl was just a little bit bigger, but I made do. And now on to the dressing. I'm starting with a pop of flavor from a couple cloves of garlic. I'm adding a good amount of salt. There are a lot of veggies and a lot of pasta in this bowl that I need to flavor up. So you can add probably a good, almost a teaspoon maybe to your bowl and it will be okay. Add as much pepper as you like. And then I also add a teaspoon of dried oregano, some Dijon mustard, and one little spearmint leaf. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but mint can be very overpowering, so a little bit goes a long way and adds just a hint of herbal freshness. You could also add in some parsley here, that would also be yummy. And then the main ingredient of my dressing, balsamic vinegar. Stir everything together and then top it off with a drizzle of olive oil, using as much or as little as you like. If you haven't watched my video on how to make homemade vinaigrettes, homemade salad dressings, I will link that here and down in the description box. Give it a taste, adjust the vinegar and oil ratio to your liking, and then pour it over the salad. Again, it would have been easier if I had a bigger bowl, so I just worked carefully, mixed it up just until the dressing lightly moistens the salad. I don't want so much salad dressing that the salad is drenched in it. And wait a minute, do you see what I missed? I never added in the sun-dried tomatoes. That would have been so sad. Let me just chop them up and get them into the salad. There you go. That's so much better. When you're ready to serve it, top the salad with some freshly chopped basil and crumbled feta cheese. Thank you so much for joining me and have a great day.